Now class 9 students, now to Mauryan dynasty empire I am teaching you. Yesterday also, day before yesterday also, it will be continued for several days because a long chapter. Now no hurry, little bit I mean slowly, and if you have any problem then so I want to solve your problem, that's why slowly and slowly but steadily I am proceeding the chapter. Now, King Bindusara was Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya was the founder of the Mauryan dynasty. Chandragupta was succeeded by his son Bindusara. He reigned for 27 years. But no literary evidence, no monument or inscription was enough to give us some important evidence, information regarding King Bindusara. So Chandragupta was succeeded by his son Bindusara. He reigned for 27 years. There is no literary evidence, enough literary evidence, monument or inscription to give us some information regarding King Bindusara. Now, annexation of the Deccan was effected during Bindusara's reign. Greek historians tell us that friendly relations between India and Greek powers continued unbroken throughout the reign of Bindusara. Now again I am repeating this. In the book it is written, but let me explain. Annexation, that is inclusion. Deccan was included into the empire, that is the Mauryan Empire. It was from the reign of Bindusara. Greek historians tell us that friendly relations between India and Greek powers continued unbroken throughout the reign of Bindusara. Now then King Ashoka. What? King Ashoka. Ashoka, we know, is a famous character in the history of India, not only, we may say that throughout the world. Now, Ashoka was the third and the most enlightened ruler of the Mauryan dynasty. He reigned in the 3rd century. So what again I want to, this is page 51. My students, look at page 51. Ashoka was the third and the most enlightened ruler of the Mauryan dynasty. He reigned in the 3rd century BC. As a young prince, Ashoka had in charge of Ujjain as his viceroy. Now, as a young prince, when Ashoka was young, he was in charge of Ujjain as the viceroy. When revolt took place in Taxila during the reign of King Bindusara, Ashoka was sent there and crushed it. He was one of several sons and was selected as Yuvaraja on account of his coronation of the throne. He was known as Yuvaraja. Now, so what happened? Let me repeat and explain it again. As a young prince, Ashoka was in charge of Ujjain as his viceroy. When revolt took place in Taxila during the reign of King Bindusara, Ashoka was sent there and crushed it. He was one of several sons and was selected as Yuvaraja on account of his ability. And he was, he occupied the throne. He became the prince, the Yuvaraja. Now, page 51, this is very, very important event in the history, that is the Kalinga War. Why in the history of the world I must tell? Because this developed the conception of non-violence or ahimsa in the mind of Ashoka. Now, the Kalinga War, in the year of 261 BC, page 51, Ashoka decided to add Kalinga to his already vast domains. Already he occupied, actually he inherited a large domain. He included in the year of 261 BC Ashoka decided to add Kalinga to his already vast domain. The conquest involved immeasurable destruction because he won the war, Kalinga War. He conquered, he won the war, but the result was immeasurable. We cannot measure how much death toll there were, so much devastation. The Kalinga War was the turning point of Ashoka's career. That Kalinga War was the turning point of Ashoka's career. All his misery awakened. All the misery developed a feeling of profound sorrows and regret. And he won the war, but he was not happy. The so much immeasurable, we cannot measure, so much immeasurable destruction developed a feeling of sad and regret within the mind of Ashoka. The war drum was silenced forever. War drum. We know the drum of war. It was silenced forever. From that time onwards, Ashoka preached nothing but only peace. Page 51. So, from that time onwards, Ashoka preached nothing but only peace. He became follower of Lord Buddha. He became the follower of Lord Buddha. And what happened? And employed his unlimited power and resources in the teaching and propagation of an ethical system which he called Dhamma. Very important. All my students underline the word in your book, page number 51. You got the line Dharma, Dhamma, Dharma. Underline it. Now, again let me repeat. He became follower of Lord Buddha and employed his unlimited power and resources in the teaching and propagation of an ethical system which he called Dhamma, Dhamma, underline. With the death of Ashoka, the Mauryan dynasty ceased to be a political force. With the death of Ashoka, the first Mauryan dynasty ceased to act as a political force, though later rulers continued for a little more than 50 years, but all the rulers were very insignificant. Finally, the dynasty came to an end and gave way to the rise of Pushyamitra Sangha in the year of 187 BC. So after the death of Ashoka, it is written in your book that the vast Mauryan Empire ceased to act as a political force. Finally, the dynasty came to an end and gave way to the rise of Pushyamitra Sangha in the year of 187 BC. Now, extent of Ashoka's empire, Ashoka's inscription. Empire extended up to Hindu Kush mountains in northwest. It included, that is, the extension, the boundaries of the Mauryan Empire. That is Ashoka's empire. So, page number 51, all of you. Now, all this information we got from Ashoka's inscription. Ashoka's empire extended up to Hindu Kush mountains in northwest. It included the parts of Indus Valley, Kashmir, the foothills of Nepal, and the entire Ganga Delta. Now, Tamralipti or modern Tamluk was an important port on the Bengal coast from where ships they went to Burma and Sri Lanka. In the south, the empire extended as far as Mysore. Through the northwest, the Mauryas maintained close relation with Central Asia. Ashoka was on friendly terms with the states of southernmost India, the Cholas, the Pandyas, and the Kerala Putras. He sent missions to neighboring kingdoms in West Asia, Myanmar and Sri Lanka. Mauryan Empire consists of subcontinental character, that is, Ashoka ruled over a large part of Indian subcontinent. Ashoka ruled over a large part of Indian subcontinent. And my students, here one I want to mention you, the Kalinga War, was very important. It turned the mind of Ashoka. That is, Ashoka from Chandashaka, he became Dharmashaka. Chandashaka means before that he was very rude, always eager to carry on his fight. So Chandrashaka to Dharmashaka. Now, vast empire, but it was unique in Ashoka, that is for Ashoka, that is, he did not rule with force by war, but with peace and love. Dhamma, Dhamma, was the main force of his rule. Now next, the Mauryan administration. Okay, thank you very much.